Your morning blitz begins now.
Get that chance. Go play for national championship. We're going to swing as hard as we possibly can. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
On the Blitz.
Feels like the weekend just goes by so quickly.
It does.
You start it, you're excited. Next thing you know, you wake up and it's over.
I feel like I just saw you.
It's been 72 hours, but yes. I did go to Stick Kelly and Lewis, by the way, on a Monday, where kind of rain that we've been needing and wanting we're getting today. So we'll still see a high of 80 today, but mostly cloudy skies and some rain this morning, so that's probably good for the farmers.
We got some overnight, which was amazing. Mm-hmm. A lot of people were getting rain yesterday.
Yep.
We got a couple sprinkles, but nothing to speak of, and then it came down overnight.
It looked
nice.
a couple of times yesterday like it was going to rain, but it just looked that way.
Yeah.
It's deceiving. So I went to Dirty Honey.
How was that?
Friday night. It was good. I got to hang out with a bunch of Blitz Nation for a little while.
I heard you were being a photographer's assistant for Zizi.
I did. She took some awesome pictures. Well, we were downstairs chatting with the guys before the show, and Mark, who did something really cool during the show, was like, hey, can you take a picture of us in this? Because Zizi had her gear with her. He's like, we take a picture of us in this room. And she's like, yeah, sure. She's like, the lighting's kind of off, but sure. And he's like, all right, well, wait till we get dressed. So we literally came down before they went on stage, and Zizi took a photo of them that they ended up sharing on their socials all over.
It was a great photo.
It was a really good photo.
Yeah.
So she shared that out there. It was kind of cool. But, excuse me, during the show, Mark put on a Johnny Hockey jersey.
Oh, wow. That's great.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really cool moment.
Was it at the Bluestone?
It was at the Bluestone.
Isn't that a great venue?
It's one of my favorite venues.
It's really cool.
It just is one of my favorite venues. And for a band like Dirty Honey, I mean, it was pretty well packed in there Friday night.
Nice.
Yeah, so it was a good time. Good
Fun.
hang. Met Lindsay Shreve
Lindsay,
for the first time. She was cool.
Lindsay's awesome.
Met a few other people that were kind of hanging out. So it was good. It was a good night. I didn't get booed. I mean, I'm fine if I do. I'm the villain of the story, but I didn't get booed.
Were you
Is that always
thinking
the
you were
fear?
going to?
Yeah, the fear when you go.
You
rock
never
the stage.
know. You never know. I'm afraid I'm going to walk out there. Piano Man! Sir, we only cover 80s Joel. Piano Man! So, and then they get mad. So, you never know. But it was all right. It was a good time. What'd you guys get into?
Watch the game Saturday. That was fun.
Dominant performance.
Yeah. Did that. Did a normal Mexican food, chili verde Saturday evening. That was delish.
Nice.
Yesterday, I went through the actual cashier line at Kroger.
Did you?
First time in...
That's a bold move.
I can't even remember the last time I did that. And it was a lovely experience. And it was so fast. You forget how fast those cashiers are. Because I'm just like used to me just sort of slogging my stuff over the self-scanner. And, man, I tell you, I couldn't unload my groceries fast enough for this woman.
Did you chat with the woman?
I did. It was just a fantastic experience
So wait a
all the
minute.
way around.
Last
Me
week-
complaining that I
yes,
don't want to
you
talk.
don't wanna talk.
And I had a lovely experience.
Wow.
At Johnstown Kroger.
Wow.
Yeah, they really know how to do it right there.
Good for you.
Yeah. So that was a nice little experience.
Did they have a countdown? Maybe she was under a countdown on the, while she was scanning out your groceries.
Could be. Yeah.
Had to have it done in so much time.
Yeah.
Dick, what'd you do?
I footballed.
How'd that go for you?
Parts of it were good, parts not so much.
That star's not just a logo, it's a rating.
My God, yeah, that's a great. That's good. Yep, that's pretty accurate. Man, it's gonna be a long season in Dallas, I think.
What are you talking about? Your guy got paid. It's the curse of the big contract.
Oh, geez, here we go with this. I see several guys running around the league playing great that just got big contracts. So
It only happens. It only applies when it's your guy, though.
right, of course.
Anyway, that's all you got into? Just a little football? Nothing
By
else?
the way, he doesn't play defense.
Neither does your
Just the rest of the team.
That's it. Just watch football.
I played football too.
Oh, well.
And I did yard work. I mowed. My mother-in-law.
Wait, when you say you played football,
I played the video
Okay.
game. Yeah.
He got his pads on.
I cooked for my mother-in-law's birthday Saturday.
What'd you make?
I made filet mignon,
Wow.
and I made orange pecan salmon. She loves salmon.
Wow.
Yep.
Dang. Look at you go, Guy Fieri.
I'm a pretty damn good cook, man.
All right.
I hear you. You cook too.
I dabble.
And a lot of it sounds really good to me.
Well, when you spend as much time alone as I do, you have to learn how to cook yourself.
You're going to be cooking a lot for a while
Absolutely.
now, aren't you?
Sometimes I make 2 plates just so it looks like I have.
You set 2 places at the
Absolutely.
table.
Take a picture. If it's on Insta, it's got to be true. Oh, he made a romantic dinner now. He did. Just going to eat twice. Get my fat on. Anyway, Morning Blitz Trivia. What do we got to start this fine Monday morning?
All right. How do I say this? What game company is suing Elon Musk's SpaceX company for $15 million? What game company is suing Elon Musk's SpaceX company for $15 million? If you tell us first, if you text in the answer first at 99700, you will score $25 to Waterbeds and Stuff.
Incubus on the Morning Blitz, 622 thick. Kelly Lewis on a Monday. Clouds most of the day today and a high of 80. Good morning nonetheless. We are back at it for yet another week. Almost through September. You know we're close to the end of the year already?
Yesterday was first day of fall.
Felt like it too, said no one ever.
Have you started your Christmas shopping yet?
Oh,
It's going to be easy this year. I got nothing.
I put something in a cart
Did
for
you really?
Christmas. Yeah.
For Charlie?
Yeah. I didn't purchase it yet, but I did put it in the cart, so that's step 1.
it's right
What
next
store?
to our Nintendo Switch.
What store?
I can't say.
Oh.
Just
Might
in
give
case.
it away.
Well, there goes all the fun of guessing if you didn't at least give us a store.
I went to a
Is it a
mall.
is it a bread maker?
No. What mall?
Tuttle.
Oh, was
What's
it vacant?
left of it? What's
Yeah. What was going on there?
I'm in a wedding this weekend.
Yes, he
and
is.
I needed a couple things. Yeah, Lewis is DJing the wedding I'm in. That should be some fun drama.
Are you guys planning to get into some drama?
I have no idea.
No, I don't do drama at weddings.
I mean,
didn't think
could
so.
you ask Thick Rick on the mic during the wedding to break dance?
Yeah. Oh, Kelly,
have
one
the
of
floor
he will
clear?
say no.
Kelly, one of the people in the wedding was in the crew.
Oh, dude.
I know.
Oh, God.
I know.
The groom.
The groom was in your breakdance crew
Yeah.
at Grove City High School.
Yeah.
Well, okay, something's happening
Yes,
here.
there is.
Yeah.
No, because
Most
he
definitely.
just had knee surgery. He's going to be limping down
He
the
can't
aisle.
do the, what's that thing we
Well,
do
no,
with your arms?
all the stuff he did was
What's
on the
that
ground.
called?
The wave.
The wave.
Pop.
The bop.
Yeah. Pop and
The
wave
pop,
and
pop
lock.
and lock.
Yeah.
He can pop and lock. He can do that sitting down.
He never could, though.
I have compiled a list of breakdance anthems.
Oh, jeez. No. Yes. Not going to happen. Not going to happen.
Do, 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 do.
Wait for it.
Yeah.
I might have to borrow the ring just so I can set up my camera in
Please
GoPro
do.
mode. Watch it break it down.
See, knowing that, you'll never get anything out of me now.
I don't
Wait.
know. Give him a couple drinks. See what
Exactly. A
happens.
couple of drinks, get everybody else around him. Go Thick Rick. Go Thick Rick. Go Thick Rick.
That's the best way to get me to not do it. It just has to happen.
So I am looking forward to this. I am.
Don't be hounding him about my name.
I'm not.
Even though Kelly will probably pay you.
Have the best man slip it into the toast.
Jeez.
It's fun stuff. It's good.
Speaking of that is funny you said that because that is a topic of an email we got from a listener that we're going to have coming up in the 7
You're
o'clock hour.
breakdancing?
No, the best man toast.
Oh.
Yeah. This is crazy what this best man did. So, we got an email about it.
I want to thank John. He was there for my second trip through rehab. One person, two pop.
Mike Funk says knee surgery does not stop you from breakdancing. Did you see Ray Gunn during the Olympics? She could have done that with no knee.
Oh my gosh.
Ah, that's true.
You can do the kangaroo.
Yeah.
You can do that sitting in a chair, baby.
Never heard of that.
If you don't have an epic dance routine ready to go for this, it's a failure.
then it's going to be a failure.
Way to set the bar high.
Jeez. All right, our Morning Blitz trivia question was, what game company is suing Elon Musk's SpaceX for $15 million? And that would be Cards Against Humanity. This is so weird. In a new lawsuit filed in a Texas court, Cards Against Humanity says SpaceX trespassed and damaged a plot of land that the company owns near the Mexican border. The game makers claim that SpaceX, which has acquired other plots of land near theirs, used their property to store construction materials and leave debris. And Cards Against Humanity said they purchased the land back in 2017 in what they called a stunt to oppose Donald Trump's efforts to build a border wall. So that's why they bought the land, and then I guess Elon Musk made a mess on their land. So they're suing him for $15 million. And James Walter from Green Camp, Ohio, is the first one to text in the correct answer, so he's got $25 to water beds and stuff.
It's the Morning Blitz.
And now it's time for I've Got Something.
Let's see if these dummies have anything worthwhile for us.
It's 6:39, and who's got something first?
I got something.
Sure.
Passengers aboard a Delta flight from Salt Lake City to Portland, Oregon, dealt with basically a harrowing ordeal. Shortly after takeoff, many began screaming in agony as they started bleeding from their ears and noses.
Terror for these airline passengers when they started bleeding from their ears and nose.
Delta 12-3, we're declared emergency.
The scare aboard the Delta Airlines Boeing 737 happened minutes after takeoff from Salt Lake City. As the flight ascended to 10,000 feet, passengers grabbed their ears in excruciating pain.
Now, if you're on that flight, don't you immediately think this has got to be a terrorist attack of some kind?
Well, I've experienced such excruciating ear and into my jaw pain during a couple of flights in my life that I know it's possible that the pressure
Yes.
can. I really thought my right ear was bleeding. That's how much pain I was. It brought me to my knees. I've never experienced pain like that before. So I absolutely experienced pressure issues.
Are you positive that there wasn't blood pushing?
I mean, no blood was coming out of my ear. That's
Right.
all I know. But
like
it
maybe
felt
it
like
was
it.
starting to or something.
I don't
Because
know.
that's what happened. The airline apologized, citing pressurization issues above 10,000 feet. Everybody on this flight started bleeding from their ears
Can you
and
imagine?
their
That's like a
nose.
horror movie.
Right. If I didn't know anything about that, I'd be sitting there looking around going, we're being attacked. There's something in the air and the ventilation that they've done to us, and we're all going to die.
Did they land the plane?
They did. They did.
All right.
They returned for an emergency landing, and everybody was okay. But, yeah, man, how crazy is that?
It's a little out there.
I wonder if that's a Boeing plane. I just can they take any more?
Oof.
I don't know, man. It's
gotta be pretty freaky.
got to the point now where it's kind of scary to get on a plane.
Yeah.
So much stuff happens.
Yeah.
Gotta be pretty freaky, though.
I got something.
What you got?
Believe it or not, being a butler is still a viable job option. And I'm talking a butler a la Downton Abbey. That kind of butler.
So it's time for your tea.
Yes, absolutely. The ultra wealthy and these 5-star resorts, they still employ traditional butlers. And there is a school in the Netherlands called the International Butler Academy that accepts 30 to 50 students each year, tops. All right? It's a 10-week curriculum that includes, and I really want the three of us to see who's the best at this. Here's one of the classes. You have to balance books on top of your head while holding a tray of wine glasses and trying to remain steady as you're pelted with grapefruit-sized objects. Yeah.
I feel like this all has to do with the shape of the head.
No, I mean, it has a lot to do with a lot of stuff. Balance. You have to remain calm under pressure. I mean, it's a good training ground.
I can handle. Every time I walk on stage, I expect something to be thrown at me, so I can handle that part of it. It's the balancing act that goes along with that I'm not sure that I would be able to.
Well, another class is you're trained to deal with a variety of difficult personalities.
I can handle that.
Yeah. Upon graduation, you will be able to apply for work in a variety of situations: an ultra-wealthy household, a 5-star hotel, a resort, a private club, etc. So you have to sign an NDA. A lot of the employers say that you have to interview behind a screen.
I need something to throw. You can't do it with one hand holding what's on your head.
You got to balance it. You can't.
Yeah, you have to balance it.
Like this?
Yes.
You have to balance. He's trying to balance his briefcase. He has an
old school briefcase.
old school briefcase. He's trying to balance on top of a baseball cap.
And you're going to throw grapefruits at me?
Yes.
Yeah, grapefruit-sized objects.
I have nothing to throw. That's just it. There's nothing in here I can throw right now that I want to throw.
Yeah, and you can't spill the wine. You can't, get crazy under the pressure. You can't react. Anyway, listen, if you want to do this, if this is a viable option for employment for people between the ages of 18 and whatever. They just placed a 68-year-old man in a 5-star hotel in New York City after he graduated.
What's the salary?
I don't know what the salary is, but the cost of attending the International Butler Academy for 10 weeks is just over $17,000.
Jeez.
It's expensive.
Sure is.
And then you have to go be abused by rich people for the rest of your life.
Right? I mean, well, look at it this way. If you are a butler, though, you'll always have food and a place to live.
I suppose so.
So
You have to sign an NDA, so I guess they can treat you any way they want, and you can't say anything about it.
First thing, you go to butler school. Next thing you know, you find yourself holding the GoPro at one of Diddy's freakouts or freak-offs.
That's right.
I got something. So every couple of days, I often jog or walk either. Sometimes just that, sometimes after a boxing class. But I have noticed for the last probably week or so, the same car in the park where there's a decent track where I can go. And it's always this older guy with his German Shepherd. And I always see the car parked in, where there's a porta-john, and I see him and the dog sitting by or under a tree. And it dawned on me a couple of days ago, dawned on me on Friday, that I'm like, these guys wearing the same clothes. And then Sunday morning, yesterday afternoon, I went for a run and I saw him again. And I immediately went back to my car and dug around, and I'm like, I had a gift card that I hadn't used. So I walked up to the guy, and I'd said hi to his dog before, but his dog's kind of, it's a German Shepherd, so I don't get super close when it's ferocious. But I walked up to the guy and I said, I do not mean to intrude in your life, and I am sorry if I'm doing so, but I just want to ask if you're homeless. And he said, things aren't going well right now. And I said, well, I don't want to get in your business. And I said, if I could offer you a place to stay, I truly would. But what I can do is give you this gift card and, at least get you and the dog a meal. And, I'm sorry, that's all I have right now. But he was like, thanks, man, I appreciate it. He's like, just, I'm hit a rough patch. And I don't know what that rough patch is, but I've been thinking about this guy that I do not know for the last 5 days.
Yeah, wow. Well, good for you for doing something. Because most people just pass on by.
So I felt bad for him. So I don't know if I'll see him again today. But
what was the gift card to?
Was it Skyline? I think it was Skyline.
Oh, very nice.
It was Skyline. I think I had a Skyline gift. I did. It was Skyline.
Top tier, baby.
It's a Skyline gift card in my... I've had it forever.
Yeah.
Skyline gift card in my bag. And I'm like, oh, wait. I took it out of my bag and put it in the center console of the Jeep. And I'm like, I always forget it's in there. Except for the other day. I did not forget it was in there. So I gave it to him.
Great. Good for you.
You are not the a-hole.
Nah. No, because if you weren't the a-hole, you'd have found him a hotel room. But no, I felt bad for him. I don't know what his story is.
That was a risk too, because he could have said, how dare you? Are you homeless?
Yeah. I look homeless to you? Well, kind of. Yeah, that's why I asked.
So that was a risk, and I'm proud of you for taking it. Good for you. Well done. Well done.
It's the Morning Blitz. 6:51, Thick, Kelly, and Lewis. I got to appreciate the humor that Blitz Nation finds in all situations. Joe said, you are the a-hole. There's probably 73 cents left on that gift card. I'm pretty sure it was unused. But Doug, I don't know what you're going through, man, but here's a gift card to my OnlyFans and an autographed copy of a tastefully done black and white nude.
You gave what you had.
You tried. You made an effort.
This is why I don't do nice things for people. Anyway, what's a Stinkin' Sentra?
All right, so the Oklahoma State Fair hosted this bizarre contest called Stinkin' Sentra, where 4 finalists had to sit in a car for days. It's one of those deals where the last one remaining in the car wins the car. You win a brand new Sentra. Not a lot of rules. You could leave every 3 hours for a restroom break. Now, anything that came in the car could not be taken out. So if you had food brought in, and you didn't finish it, it had to stay in the car. You know, just sit it up there on the dashboard or something, or put it under the seat.
Aren't you ordering the stinkiest thing you can think of to stink out your contestant, your opponents in there?
As long as you can handle it, I guess.
Heck yeah. Onions galore.
There was another rule, though, that caused some controversy. Apparently, you weren't allowed to bring anything in the car either during the competition. And when it got down to just 2 guys remaining, one of them pulled a little stunt. Brian went out for his bathroom break, and while he was on his bathroom break, he reached in the tank, scooped out some human poo, put it in a cup, and came back and stashed it in the car.
Here's the thing. You cannot get those smells out of the car.
I feel that.
I mean, once it's yours, so now you've got a car that's filled with stinking food and human excrement. Like, okay, the car's yours, man. Enjoy. Like, that's ridiculous.
Well, the other guy, Chris, who had got back in the car after the bathroom break, immediately smelled it and immediately knew what happened and complained to the organizers. And they agreed that was not cool. Now, here is Chris talking about it.
So yesterday during our break, I think it was at the 5 o'clock break, my literal piece of competitor went out to the porta potty, scooped a cup of out of the porta potty, and then brought it back into the car. I got in the car. I could immediately smell it. I knew exactly what it was. My wife was watching on the live stream. I told her, hey, it smells like porta potty in here. She said, yeah, I saw him shove something up in that back windowsill. So I text the Dead Source people that are in charge of this competition, mind you. Told them what was going on. They asked the dude if he brought it in. He tried to deny it. Eventually, they made us get out of the car. They found it. They made some calls. They decided that, yes, that was against the rules, but it's not a disqualifier. They're just going to remove the human feces that he scooped out, and the competition would continue. I said I have more self-respect for myself, and no, I'm not going to continue. That is against the rules. You're not allowed to yourself in the car. What's the difference of scooping it out of the porta potty? And you're also not allowed to bring anything in or out of the car. Well, if you go into the porta potty and you scoop it out and you bring it in, you just broke the rules. End of the day, I mean, am I mad? Absolutely. But same time, I know I've won.
How can they not disqualify the guy?
That's let's think it's a biohazard. That sounds like a health hazard.
Have you guys ever done
strange people's poop from a porta potty you're bringing into a closed vehicle?
Let me tell you something. Have you guys ever done anything like this? Radio contest? We did hands on a Hyundai.
Yeah,
once.
we've done the hands on or the kissing the car.
And let me just tell you see a whole different side of humanity that comes out when the people that are involved in these contests come to play. Like it is, I mean, it gets cutthroat. Like, is
the guy going to sue? Because this isn't something I would drop if this happened to me and I had spent all that time trying to win a vehicle and then somebody pulled a dirty trick like that. I would not let it go.
No.
I could not let it go.
I know. And he says he feels like he's the rightful winner.
Well, you're not, because you didn't win the car.
No, the other guy, Chris, that you just heard from, he feels like he should win because the other guy cheated.
Right, but the cheater got the car.
I know.
So he didn't win.
No.
You can call yourself a winner, but you lost because the other guy cheated.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. I think he should file a lawsuit.
See, I would have done I wouldn't have never went that far. I'd have casually forgot my deodorant. I would have, Yeah,
fair game.
I would have done something like that.
Bringing in strange people's poo into a closed vehicle to try to stink the other guy out. That's gross. You know what? I wish we had his address. We could all, you could send people to take a dump on his driveway or something.
On his car? His new car?
On his new car.
And now, the 3 things you need to know before you go.
Well, as of last night, that scrapyard fire on Allen Creek Drive is finally extinguished. It took that long. Do you believe it? Firefighters have been on the scene of Columbus Auto shredding in the 2100 block of Allen Creek Drive since very early Friday morning, fighting the blaze in a pile of scrap metal. At one point, the blaze was 40 to 50 feet high. I mean, everybody was posting all the smoke online on Friday. Crews still hanging out there at Columbus Auto shredding just to make sure there are no flare-ups. But Allen Creek and refugee are both open for traffic. Well, the man authorities say wanted to shoot former President Trump on a Florida golf course has a detention hearing scheduled for today. Ryan Routh has been charged with firearm by a convicted felon and possession and receipt of a firearm with an obliterated serial number. He was caught not long after Secret Service agents saw Routh sticking a rifle out of the bushes on Trump's golf club in Palm Beach. Prosecutors are expected to argue that Routh should be held in custody while awaiting trial. Well, Jane's Addiction lead singer Perry Farrell is apparently getting medical help after a fight with guitarist Dave Navarro at a recent concert. Farrell's wife said in a post on Instagram that she and her husband are taking a bit of time to themselves to reflect and to heal. And she says Perry Farrell already has appointments with an ENT and a neurologist. Nothing about rehab, which sounds like it might be the main problem here. But yeah, go ahead and see an ear, nose, and throat guy. It's a weird post. Like, you have your husband had a violent outbreak, and you are saying, don't worry, folks, he's going to see an ear, nose, and throat guy. That's a weird thing. Anyway, as we all know, at a show earlier this month, Perry Farrell punched Dave Navarro. Video showing Farrell being restrained and pulled away, and the band canceled the rest of its tour shortly after. And those are your three things.
Godsmack Soul on Fire, 7:08 on the Morning Blitz. Thick, Kelly, and Lewis. Good morning. Your headline reads like this today. Man accused of damaging a mini golf course in his underwear. You don't see that very often here, right? It's not really a Midwest thing.
I mean, why not?
Although alcohol can make a lot of things that aren't a Midwest thing become a Midwest thing.
It's been really hot. I'd
This is
strip
true.
down in my underwear and go damage a mini golf course.
Well, this happened September 13th. Smuggler's Cove Adventure Golf Course. Sounds like a great place to play mini golf.
Is this Myrtle Beach?
Smuggler's Cove. That's definitely a beach community.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's so many mini golf courses in Myrtle Beach.
This is true. You guys like mini golf? I like playing a good round.
Oh, it's
of
a
mini golf.
blast.
Yeah,
Yeah, love it.
Okay. 38-year-old Francisco Mayorga was allegedly wearing nothing but underwear and sweating when police found him. Deputies also found broken decorations, a broken window, and a broken fire extinguisher. Video surveillance appears to show Mayorga damaging the facility in nothing but his underwear. I wonder if he started in his underwear. Maybe he started swinging the club and he got really hot because it has been humid and went, I got to take some layers off. And they got hotter and hotter and hotter and said, I got to take some more layers off. Next thing you know, you're in your underwear. This happened at the Lee County Sheriff's Office in Florida.
How about that?
Florida, yeah. It was. I mean, that one really sounded Florida.
That had a Florida stank on it, for sure. You ever drink and play? I can honestly say I don't think I've ever played miniature golf while intoxicated.
Oh, yes, I have.
Have you?
Yeah, in Myrtle Beach.
Okay.
Yeah,
Have you?
more
Kelly,
than once.
I know the answer to this, but Kelly?
No, I'm never have been a big drinker. I guess maybe for a segment of my life, but I've never played mini golf.
Yeah, I think anytime I played mini golf, it's either been on a date or I remember taking the kids to play mini golf, and loading up on the booze while you've got the kids there playing mini golf just doesn't seem like the right
Yeah,
thing to
it's
do.
usually something we do with the kid. Yeah, one of my sister's kids will haul them over to play mini golf when we're in the mood.
Yeah.
Never drunk.
I mean, is the Magic Mountain still open at Polaris?
No.
That's gone? Where is a mini golf course around here now? I don't even
I see it all
know.
over.
Oh, there's one in Westerville at the corner of Schrock and Cooper.
I was going to say, it's kind of funny. I see them all over the place, but I could not tell you the geographical location of any of them.
No idea.
Yeah, they have mini golf, they have batting cages, and they have driving range there.
Well, now,
it's nice.
You're getting those megaplexes now where they have, like, everything's all in one house, so to speak.
Well, because Magic Mountain, they didn't serve alcohol. But a lot of these places in Myrtle Beach do.
Well, I know if you go to like a Top Golf or a main event or whatever, one of the big things, you can buy booze. And then you can go
Top
on,
Golf.
Yeah, you can go on the thing. But
Ooh, how about these? There's a minor 49er blacklight mini golf on West 3rd Avenue, and there's Glow Putt in Gahanna.
That could be
and they look really cool.
That could be
it's
fun.
Like black light, glowing type situation.
We should do a mini golf night. Get everybody out, get Blitz Nation out to play a little mini golf. I would totally dress in golf gear too, even though it's just mini golf. I'd
wear knickers?
I would pay someone to be my caddy, sir. It's just one club. Doesn't matter. Caddy me.
What do you think I should use here?
Exactly. The putter. All right. We'll go with the putter. Queens of the Stone Age on the Morning Blitz. It's Thick Rick, Kelly, Quinn, and Lewis at 7:23 on a Monday where it's going to be mostly cloudy today. 80, though, so that's kind of a cooled off a little bit. Not quite as humid, although with the moisture in the air, that could be not a true statement, but nonetheless.
Now, you guys, quit texting us and asking us which song you're listening to for those Sonic Temple Ticks. You need to listen to Ronnie Hunter at 4:20 p.m. Then you'll know the song for the next morning. All right, so Ronnie played this song on Friday at 4:20, which I know is a stretch, but you had to have listened to Ronnie at 4:20.
If we tell you the song now, it defeats the whole premise of the game.
It's a game.
We won't have to play a game that hard. By the way, Thick Rick, you should check your phone. I just sent you a really nice text.
Oh,
I did.
You want to share with the rest of the class?
Absolutely. As we get into the Am I the A-hole? Here, Kel.
Okay.
That's what I sent, Rick.
A Dallas Cowboys thing, I think.
It is.
Rare photo of a current Cowboy cheerleader with two from their last Super Bowl team, which they're like... Oh, little tiny...
Cute old ladies.
At least we have a last Super Bowl team.
Anyway. So, am I the a-hole?
Yes, you are.
Probably. But yesterday I was in the grocery store. And I got to tell you, I did not go through the physical cashier line because it was packed yesterday. Yeah. I'm guessing it had something to do with the Bengals not playing yesterday, that it was packed.
Yeah.
Like, I'm surprised because normally, like, I have my window on Sunday. If I sneak in there, like, between noon 30 and 1, I can get in and out in, like, record time because everybody's ready for the game to start. Not yesterday. There was a wrench in the works yesterday. So I had to go through the self-checkout like the majority of us do. And I waited in line, and now they had 3 of them down with, like, the repair orders taped to them. So then the guy, number 2 is open. So I go down and I start checking out my stuff. This chick, I swear to God, and I guess she saw that I probably only had, like, 12 things maybe to check out. This chick gets halfway down the aisle behind me. So, like, out of the corner of my eye, I already see her, like, 4 feet away from me. Then she sees me start to pay and put my card in, so she inches up a little closer. I kid you not, guys.
She's tailgating.
Oh, big time. By the time I'm getting my bags together and waiting for my receipt to print, she's literally breathing next to me because she's at the part where you put your stuff down to start checking out. And I turned around and I said straight up, I hate when people crowd me at the checkout line. Back up and give me some space.
Ooh.
And she looked at me.
That, like you said it with that kind of vigor?
I said it like that. That kind of vigor.
That feels unnecessary, but I do like the point you're making.
And she just looked at me. I'm like, there's zero reason why you need to be this close while I'm checking out.
You're next in line, lady. Just wait back where the line, you know.
I was pissed.
Yeah, I don't like that either. I don't like being crowded out. I do appreciate the sentiment, although I do think that you should not have yelled at her. You could have just said, hey, do you mind waiting until I'm done here? I feel like...
Probably.
Maybe that doesn't...
But I'm not sure I hammered the point home.
Yeah, right. It may not have. Now, number one, I'm going to recommend something to you, okay? It's
go to the grocery store.
It's called Instacart, yes. That sounds like it's more your speed, because every single Am I the A-hole stems from your experiences in the grocery store. But I'll say... I feel like I'm going to give you you're half an a-hole.
Half an a-hole on that one?
Yeah, it was too aggressive. You were too aggressive.
Too aggressive?
But also, she shouldn't have been on your butt. So...
Like, who does that?
Yeah. She learned a tough lesson yesterday at the grocery.
I hope so. I really, truly hope so. Like, you don't need to be all up in that much of someone's space.
Right.
Like, come on. Was she spooning me? Pretty close. Yeah, I'm going to comfort you through the checkout process. I don't need to be.
It's exactly how you feel when somebody is, like, riding your butt on the freeway.
Yeah.
Get back. My gosh.
I think what it is like probably everything wrong in my life I manifested in the checkout lane yesterday.
It all came out there.
All just in once. I'm like, can you please? I did not swear, though. I was close to it. Will you back the F off? But I didn't.
Jay texted that he had the experience I had a few months back. I told the same story. Jay says he was at the self-checkout with the conveyor belt. He was down there bagging his groceries, and a guy just walked up and started scanning his and sending him down the belt, mixing in with his stuff. It is wildly aggravating.
Cassandra said, I would have slowed down. Get lost, lady. Kelsey said, you're just half an a-hole. I can't stand people being all up on me.
So Jay finished his thing telling the guy, if one of your things touches my stuff, it's going in my bag.
Yeah.
I feel like we gotta, you know what, this is like, what do they call it? Martial law in the grocery store?
I don't know.
Or whatever. I don't feel like that is. This is kind of like prison justice. It's like we're all out there on our own here at self-checkout. We have to sort of...
Oh, it's the Wild...
the Wild West. Yeah, there we go. That's
I feel like one of the attendants of the self-checkout should have the line they have at the amusement park with the little plastic-covered chain where when it's your next person to go, you open the chain and you let someone else walk up and do it that way and then reclose the chain.
I do feel like we need the military there to help maintain order. I mean, it feels that way sometimes. I mean, just have some proper manners. Wait till the person's done before you start jamming your crap on the belt.
Yeah, I mean, if you hadn't said anything, how bad would it have gotten? We should have been assaulting you at some point.
I don't know if she would have been insulting, but I have a feeling the next step was she would have started unloading the stuff out of her bag and putting it on the scanner before I was even really, because I always let the person check their bags to make sure they didn't leave everything, and then when they start to walk away, I start to walk to the machine. 7:39 on the Morning Blitz with Vic, Kelly, and Lewis. Once again, the consensus is that I'm not really the a-hole. Although someone said they used to work at a grocery store, and they saw people getting in a fist fight over who was next in the checkout line.
Whoa.
I got no time for that.
I believe it. I mean, is that any different than road rage? People are just angry. People are so angry.
I suppose. About a great many things. So what's this email that you have that you wish to share with the class?
Well, it's funny because you and I have DJ'd a lot of weddings in our time.
Yes.
And we've both probably heard more than most people will ever hear best man speeches.
Yeah.
I've heard some good ones. I've heard some really bad ones in all the weddings I DJ'd. But Dylan here wrote in, said, I got married last month, and I just found out that my best man did his speech at my wedding with Chat GPT. He was bragging to the other groomsmen that he used it to write the whole thing. We've known each other for 20 years. I'm so mad. Do I have the right to bring it up? This was Dylan.
Why are you mad? He has to put in specifics. He has to know you well enough to put it into Chat GPT and get a decent speech.
What if it was real generic? See, that's the thing. I didn't get any details. I don't know if it sounded generic. He didn't say that. I don't know.
You just gave me a good idea if I ever have to make a speech somewhere. Chat GPT. All the way. I don't...
That's what you're going to do?
Oh, my gosh.
See, I write from the heart when I write.
That's fine, but the associated stress that goes along with having to do a public speech or a public toast or something like that is absolutely untenable for me. I can't take the pressure. So if I could know that somebody else would write what I needed to read, fine.
That's the biggest fear, still the biggest fear of all things is public speaking. Speaking in front of a group of people. It's that is the biggest fear in the world.
It's paralyzing. It's paralyzing to think about writing a decent speech to honor, the person who's getting married. So if you can get Chat GPT to help, I say he did you a favor. But I guess he didn't like the speech. I mean, did you?
I don't know.
Was the speech fine until you found out it was done by Chat GPT and then you had a beef with it? Is that what the issue was? Everything was fine until he found out that it was written by Chat GPT.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, if it wasn't personalized, maybe he was just thought, well, whatever. And then he found that out and maybe thought, well, that's why it wasn't personalized. I don't know. I don't have enough details. But I don't know. I feel like if you're somebody's best man and you've known each other for 20 years, man, I mean, I could see using Chat GPT to help craft the speech. But like you said, you would put in some personal things, right? To have it right.
Personal prompts.
So,
I mean, I'd go with something like, true love is the soul finding its counterpoint in another.
Oh, no.
Here's one that somebody posted on Reddit, a best man speech crafted by Chat GPT. I'll just read you the first paragraph. Good evening, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Gavin, and I have the privilege of being Jeff's best man tonight. I've known Jeff for a long time, and I can honestly say that I've never seen him as happy as he is today. That's lovely. And if it wrote out something that you didn't like, obviously you could change it. I don't think there's anything wrong with this. No, I would never confront him. He put in some effort. I mean, minimal, but he put in some effort. Don't confront him.
Yes,
why would you want to start a problem with your best man?
But I think you should write from the heart when it comes to something like that.
He did prompts from the heart. It's the same thing.
Stephanie said he took the time to do this. He obviously cares about his friend.
This is kind of like if you're using Chat GPT to write your speech for your wedding, and you've been named the matron of honor or the best man, and you're letting someone, you just cheated on your homework assignment.
What if you're not a great
they
writer?
They told you to read the book, you read the cliff notes and call it good enough.
What if you're not a great writer?
That's the beauty of those speeches.
Yeah, it's not a job interview. It doesn't have to be perfect. I get what Lewis is saying, but again, I think if you add the personal stuff that you've shared over 20 years and have ChatGPT kind of craft it, I don't see a problem with that, but it's got to be there. We got this text from Taylor, said my friend used ChatGPT for her sister's maid of honor speech, and many people cried and said it was so personal.
No,
because you do have to put in personal prompts, I believe, or at least you can. That's an option.
But I feel like this is something you have to do. You got to fumble through the words. I mean,
right.
Let me guess, you're a guy who still hangs his laundry out on a line because those newfangled clothes dryers are just, you're not doing the work yourself.
No. Nonsense. It's the Morning Blitz, 748 thick. Kelly, Lewis. How many people called after Nirvana? Everybody calls every song.
Phones light up every time a song starts.
Just listen to Ronnie at 420. It'll make your life so much easier.
And the song plays in the 8 o'clock hour.
Right. Now someone's gone, oh. I was just making sure I had the right number.
That happens. They do that a lot. I understand that.
So Chat GPT to write a wedding speech. Kelly is all for it. Rick and I are kind of purists in this, and I feel like,
I get it.
Someone said, regardless of whether or not, you shouldn't, what do you expect to gain from a confrontation? Fair point.
All right, so the story again, just to recap, is a guy who got married. His best man gave a speech that he later found out was written by ChatGPT. He's mad and he's thinking about confronting his best man over it. And this texter is like, what do you expect to gain from the confrontation?
See, I think if your best man or your maid of honor fumbles through the speech, that's part of the beauty of the wedding.
Well, some people feel embarrassed by that. I can understand that. Like Jeff Smith said, I get why he's mad, but at the same time, not everyone is good at public speaking or literary geniuses, so he just wanted it to sound as good as possible. More than likely, my best man didn't do a speech because I knew that's not his thing. Just having him there was good enough for me.
That's an option, too. I've seen weddings where there haven't been speeches.
Oh, man, are those glorious weddings or what?
Right?
The speech part of a wedding is the worst part. And I'm so sorry to anybody who's listening to this who's getting married and is having speeches, but let me tell you, it's the worst part of a wedding.
Is it, though?
It's so boring.
See, it depends on the speech.
No, it doesn't, Lewis.
No, but I told you guys about the girl that got married that lost her dad, and when her and her sister gave their speech, even my cold black heart was like,
you might be trying to make me feel bad with that comment right there about somebody losing their dad. It's not.
Oh.
What I'm saying is, have a lit candle for your person. Honestly, because sometimes people go on too long.
Yes.
Most times people go on too long.
That
because
is true. Now,
if
I
you
do
feel
think-
like you need to add everything into that speech and you've got to say everything that you can possibly remember about your experiences with this person, and you know what? I just want to eat. I'm hungry. And I want you to stop talking.
I do think there should be a time limit on them. Like, I mean, if you're up there for more than 45 seconds, you've been up there too long.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay, I'll go for a 45-second speech.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need a 6-minute dissertation on this is what we did in elementary school, then we got into high school, then there were those college parties, then there was I don't need that. 45 in and out. Tell me a good story. Tell me something that makes me laugh. Tell me something cute.
Yeah.
Touching, something.
Yeah.
I do like that. If it can be under a minute, then I will reevaluate my feelings about wedding speeches.
Yeah, it's got, I mean, again, I get it, because you do have people eating. Well, and then from my perspective, if I'm there to move things along,
Right.
dude, I can't have you going diarrhea at the mouth for 6 minutes on your speech. You're messing with my timetable now.
Oh, there's always a discussion with the best man before things begin. Yeah,
Right.
if you're DJing a wedding. But, for you and I and everybody else who has DJ'd weddings, we've seen bad ones, but we've always seen good ones, and we probably judge the best man speech more than anybody else because we've seen so many, and sometimes they are fantastic, but not always.
There are 5 reasons that I don't like to do weddings. One of which...
Speeches?
No, that one. One of which, someone, whether it's somebody related or themselves, why don't you give me that mic so I can freestyle? Why don't you freestyle your way back over to your chair and sit the F down, because that's not happening.
Go ahead.
No, please.
No, I was going to say, have you ever been at a reception where they basically open it up to the floor for people to tell their experience?
I have.
Oh, my gosh. Put me out of my misery.
And then I also hate that's Annie. She's the niece of the mom of the bride. She's a great singer. You should just give her the mic and let her. No, the hell I should not.
Then all of a sudden the bride's over at you going,
right.
Why did you do that?
And the biggest thing is, people think that the reception is their party.
Right.
It's not. Newsflash, if you're invited to a wedding, it's not your thing. It's their thing.
Right.
So what you want really doesn't matter.
No.
At all. So don't show me the worst playlist ever crafted by man at someone else's thing. Ever.
Oh, that's great. Let's see. Brandon said, my best man during his speech said, Brandon said if I do a good job at this best man speech at the wedding, he will let me do it as his next one.
Carrie said, I'll never figure Kelly out. The things she agrees with and the things that she will die on a hill for never make sense, but I love it.
I told Carrie that every opinion I have is based on my current mood. So how I'm feeling today may be completely different
tomorrow?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, so tomorrow you want a good speech?
I might.
Mike said maybe dude couldn't write the speech because of all the memories he has with his best friend that are unmentionable at a wedding and may cause a problem. Therefore, he used AI to keep his sweet and simple. You know each other 20 plus years. How many skeletons are going to jump out of that closet?
Yeah.
Sometimes even if the best man doesn't cover it, I feel like it is my job to cover things that should be covered. Like, I want to look at the groom after the speech and go, you got that prenup, right? Half of nothing is still worse than nothing. No? I mean, Anyway, I think it's, I guess it's to each their own. I'm just more of a purist. If you want to use Chat GPT, you do you.
I would say, Dylan, I thought the best question was, what do you look to gain from this confrontation? If you're not going to gain anything, why do it? I guess would be the answer. If you guys want some unbiased opinion, which can vary depending on
Kelly's mood.
Kelly's in. You can email me at thickrick@theblitz.com.
And now, 3 things you need to know before you go.
A Westerville man is accused of driving his car through tents at the Lost Lands Music Festival at Legend Valley. 24-year-old Noah Curtis was taken into custody after the incident at about 2:30 yesterday morning. Sheriff's officials say a woman was taken to the hospital with a broken hip. A man suffered minor injuries. Curtis has been charged with aggravated vehicular assault. 8 bulls escaped from a rodeo being held in the parking lot of a mall in Massachusetts yesterday. Sorry, I've got something in my... No, you go ahead. I want everyone to hear it. Don't turn my mic off.
I was just letting it go.
That way you don't feel alone.
That's okay. I'd rather just feel alone. Anyway, 8 bulls escaped from a rodeo being held in the parking lot of a mall in Massachusetts yesterday, and first responders were tasked with rounding them up. Can you imagine? You're like hanging out, waiting for a call to put out a fire, and they're like, no, today you're going to be chasing down bulls that are running loose. Anyway, these bulls charged through the crowded parking lot, knocked down fencing, made their way toward Highway 1 in North Attleboro. One was quickly caught, but 7 others headed through some nearby woods and right into a residential area. By late yesterday afternoon, 6 of them trapped themselves behind a fence of a home in the area. But as of last night, 1 was still on the loose. They cannot find a bull that's running loose in North Attleboro, Massachusetts. So far, nobody's been injured. This was kind of sad. Hayden Panettiere, the actress who was in Heroes,
Remember the Titans.
Nashville, Remember the Titans, Scream, even, and she's supposed to be in the newest Scream, I guess, still. But anyway, she was sharing her side of the story after fans became really concerned over this interview she gave to People magazine last week. She seemed to slur her words, her eyes appeared glazed, and we all know, and she's been open about the fact that she has had an addiction problem, opioids and alcohol. She was in an abusive relationship. She has got agoraphobia. So she's got some issues, and when people published this interview, everybody started saying, what is wrong? There's something wrong. She's definitely on drugs or whatever. That's just sort of how it seemed. So let me just play you a little piece of that interview, and you can hear for yourself.
Time does heal things, but time can also make you think differently and ask different questions and wonder different things and realize different things that you wish you'd never realized.
So it's sort of a little bit of a rambling nonsense there, but she was speaking about something extraordinarily emotional for her, and that was the death of her brother last year. So what she said, she has posted on Instagram because so many people have been talking about this interview. She said, number 1, she had not slept for 2 days because one of her dogs was recovering from an emergency surgical procedure. She said, so she was exhausted. Number 2, it's like the most painful topic of conversation she could imagine is about her brother and his death. And she said, grief looks different on everyone. And maybe she was speaking slowly. Maybe she was. But one thing she did say is, I'm not going to say whether or not I'm on medication because it's none of your business. It's just between me and my doctor. So, I sort of say bravo to that. I hope she's doing okay. It's just one of those things. I think, people believe they have something to say about your personal life when you're in the movies and TV shows and things like that. I guess. I don't know. But, apparently she's doing fine. It was just a difficult interview for her to do. And those are your 3 things.
Man, I miss Heroes. I love that show.
I never watched it.
Oh, really?
No?
Yeah, that's one thing.
Great first season. Second season got nailed because of the writer's strike of 2007 that kind of messed everything up or whatever it was. And then the last season just never was able to recover.
Yeah, the 3rd season got weird. But the 4th season, it ended up, because she couldn't die in the show. That was her superpower. She couldn't die. So at the very last episode of the final season...
Hey, this is a spoiler alert? I'm going to watch this.
It's been out for like 15 years.
I know, but I haven't seen it yet. Are you going to spoil it for me? Go ahead. I'll never watch it. Go on. Go on.
No, but the whole thing, they had to keep themselves hidden because, if people, if government finds out you have superpowers, they want to... tie you up and lock you away.
Heroes had one of the best villains of any show ever.
Oh, Siler. Which is, what's his name?
Zachary Quinto.
He's got a brand new show about to start.
Yeah.
Where he's a doctor.
This guy took everybody else's power because he knew how to get into their brain, and he could rewire his brain to make it do what theirs did.
And he could get everybody's individual power. But anyway, at the very last episode of the 4th season, in front of national TV cameras and in front of all these people, she jumps off of a double Ferris wheel, lands on the ground and dies, and then stands up in front of everybody, and everybody freaks out, and that's how it ends. And I'm like, now you do this, and in the friggin' show, now you have exposed yourselves to everybody, and now you end the damn show. I was so mad.
Kelly's fired up. She's ready to watch it now. Okay, maybe not. Rage Against the Machine on the Morning Blitz. It is thick. Rick, Kelly Quinn, and Lewis on a Monday. We will see cloudy skies today, some rain here and there, and a high of 80. Nikki said she watched the clip and definitely seemed to have something extra going on with Hayden Panettiere. So, who knows? You don't know. But I think the problem that you're going to have is once you've been nailed for, you've admitted you have substance abuse, for the rest of your life every time. Even if you are just, really tired. That's the first thing that people will... or emotional. That's the first thing people go to. On the drugs again. So, this guy might have been on the drugs. Wisconsin. Kind of a weaker Ohio State rival, but they are a Big Ten school nonetheless, correct?
Yep.
Well, the University of Wisconsin Board of Regents Committee is determining the fate of a tenured UW lacrosse professor who admittedly produces and appears in porn videos with his wife. Dr. Joe Gow is on paid administrative leave since he was fired as the school's chancellor in December. Gow, who says he has no plans to produce any more such video, claims the First Amendment gives him the right to produce pornographic material. The university claims it damages the school's reputation.
Did they have a clause?
I don't know. Attorneys for Gow and the university made arguments before the committee on Friday. The committee has given no indication when they will make their decision. I would assume there's a morality clause.
Yeah, I don't know.
But if there's not...
Yeah.
Could you imagine being a student in that class?
No, this guy says that when he walks around campus, now just the town because he's not allowed on campus anymore, he says he's always approached by students who say, hey, can I get a picture with you?
Fist
For
bump.
real?
Fist bump.
Oh, gosh. You're famous.
I mean, could you imagine all of a sudden you're surfing the hub and like your teacher shows up?
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny, though. They're asking for a picture with him. Imagine these guys start coming up to him and going, hey, man, can I meet your wife?
The receptionist that I worked with is a legit porn star. Had no clue until our web guy sent it to me and my old boss. It's like, you got to see this. It's legit. And I'm like, it is. Okay.
Hey, this guy real? Literally looks like he's in his 60s, probably.
Oh, really?
I mean, is that what you're looking for here?
You're never too old.
Let me see if I can see how old he is.
Oldly fans instead of
Oldly fans.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, I popped the pill. We got to film this quick.
Jeez.
He's 64 years old, you guys.
What are you doing, man? Who are you making this for?
Him and his wife make a little extra side hustle money.
Who wants to watch it?
Dude, the internet, there's a market for just about anything.
There is. They got that granny porn.
Exactly,
see? Man.
Guarantee. Unfortunately, there's a market for everything.
Oh. That is...
Yeah.
That's not right.
I mean, if he loses his job, why wouldn't you produce more content? You're probably going to make more.
He's not going to have a choice, is
right? He? Lincoln Park on the Morning Blitz. Will they get the Sonic Temple nod sooner or later? I don't know. Hollywood Undead, Citizen Soldier, and it's one more.
Trivium. And Kill Switch Engage.
Were the four that have been announced so far. To go with Metallica, Alice in Chains, and Rob Zombie. So we'll see if you're still listening for the song that Ronnie played at 4:20 on Friday. It is still yet to be played.
Will happen before 9.
It will happen before 9.
Speaking of Metallica.
Yeah.
So there I ruined it.
Mm-hmm.
I love what they do, because I love sound and
you are a fan.
The things they do with sound. They decided to redo Enter Sandman. A la George Strait.
Oh, God.
Yeah, there I ruined it.
Say your prayers, little one. Don't forget my son. keep you free from sin, till the Sandman he comes.
I hope they don't do this version.
Sleep with one eye open, grip your pillow tight, exit light in turn 9. Darling, take my hand, we're off to Neverland.
Yeah, that's a hard no for me.
Oh, that is something.
It feels like a bedtime,
like a lullaby.
Song, lullaby.
Yeah.
I liked it.
I can't get in on that.
What if that had come out? What if Enter Sandman didn't exist and that song came out on country radio just like that? Everybody would think, "Oh wow, listen to this."
No, they'd be like, George Strait can really write a song.
He's something else. All right, let's see here. How about a 1950s version of "Bring Me to Life"?
Wake me up inside. Wake up. Wake me up inside. Save me. Call my name and save me from the dark. Bid my blood to run. Wake up before I come undone. Save me from the nothing I've become.
Oh my gosh.
Can you see into my eyes? Live golden doors leading you down to my door, where I've become so numb.
What do you think, Kelly?
I like the original called Bye Bye Love.
It does have a Bye Bye Love.
Yeah,
it is Bye Bye Love.
Bye Bye Love. Absolutely, it's Bye Bye Love. That is great. Not really, but I mean, yeah, it is. It's funny.
Wake me up inside. Wake up. Wake me up.
All right, one more they did here. And this is actually with, it's done to Black Sabbath, but they used the lyrics from Take Me Home Country Road to do Black Sabbath.
Almost heaven, West Virginia. Blue Ridge Mountain, Shenandoah River. Life is older than the trees. Mountains blowing like a breeze. Oh, Lord, yeah. Country roads take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama. Take me home, country road.
I don't know. They suppose that's AI doing Ozzy's voice? Because it sounds pretty good, the voice.
I don't know, but that one's good.
That's not right because it's got the Black Sabbath music.
Get in on that. Not so much the rest of them, though.
There, I ruined it. Yeah, you can
did?
find them on YouTube. They've done so many of those things over the years.
I mean, everybody has their own taste and their own vibe or whatever. Perhaps Enter Sandman is your child's lullaby that you go to sleep tonight and you sing it in that lullaby type of way.
I'm tired of your goddamn rock and roll, anything goes lifestyle.
This is your Blitz Rock Rundown, the Monday morning edition. Rock and roll!
Trying to prevent Tess from getting food poison from eating a few-day-old salmon, and all of a sudden I have literally a sharp pain shooting up my stomach. It hurts.
So that's my fault?
No, it's not your fault at all. I don't know what did it. And Kelly asked, maybe you have to go. It's too early.
You can excuse yourself and go to the potty. We all understand.
It's too early. It's not going to happen yet. You're in a tight window there.
It's not healthy to hold it.
Probably not. Our bodies are weird, aren't they?
Yes. Disgusting, actually.
Yeah. How do we get stuck with these? Anyway, welcome, Tess.
Hi, thanks. Well, let's start with Sonic Temple.
Oh, let's.
So we know that the headliner for Friday and Sunday is Metallica.
Yes.
I thought this was cool. Metallica is going to perform 2 different sets in a no-repeat weekend. And we also got the first 2 supporting acts, Rob Zombie on Friday, May 9th, and then Alice in Chains Sunday, May 11th. And there's still more than 100 bands to be announced.
Mm-hmm.
And Danny Wimmer Presents is going to reveal new bands each day. So over the weekend, we found out that Killswitch Engage will be there.
No broken ribs this year,
Yeah,
Tessa.
Tyler said, no crowd surfing for me. No soup for you. Kill Switch will be there Friday, May 9th. Hollywood Undead.
Cool.
They'll be there Saturday, May 10th. Trivium was announced. They'll be there on Thursday, May 8th.
Oh, I hope they do What the Dead Men Say. Love that song.
Then yesterday, Citizen Soldier was announced. They'll be at Sonic Temple Saturday, May 10th. Now, I checked this morning. There hasn't been anything yet this morning.
We should get something. Haven't they been doing them at like 5
Afternoon.
p.m.? Yeah, I thought they'd been announcing
afternoon.
them in the afternoon.
Except for the one morning, for whatever reason. They threw out one in the morning, but...
Oh, Kill Switch on Friday.
Kill Switch was Friday morning, but most of them have been in the afternoon.
I like it. I like the way they're doing it.
I do, too. It's like something to look forward to
every day.
Now, if you follow Sonic Temple on Instagram, that's where you can find those daily artist announcements. Pre-sale starts today at noon, and you can subscribe at sonictemplefestival.com, and you can snag those early bird prices. And then tickets go on sale to the general public this Wednesday, the 25th at 10 a.m.
And you can put a deposit. You can put $10 down, and you're good. Your tickets are secure, and they're on layaway.
That's cool.
Layaway. There's
Layaway.
a term that has not been used, and I don't remember the last time
It
I've
still
heard that.
exists.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Does layaway really still exist?
Yeah.
You guys are giving away tickets all this week, right?
We are.
Yes.
So
yeah,
it's-
Ronnie plays a song at 4:20, and then we play at the
4:20.
8 o'clock hour in the morning, and caller 9 gets tickets.
Sweet. 4-day Stadium GA passes, right?
Yep. We haven't played the song yet this morning.
No, we have not.
Oh, so there's still time.
Even though there were a lot of people that probably thought AC/DC was the song, it was not.
I like Trivium.
I don't think I've ever heard this one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I love this song. It's a good one.
Who else do you think will be the headliners? I know everyone's speculating.
Yeah,
but-
I mean, you know what? They always surprise us. We always think we know, and then we don't know.
Shinedown did not come here last year.
Nope.
So Shinedown could.
They were up at Ink.
Yeah, they'll have new music by then. So
Will they?
It could be, yes.
Okay. So they're going to tour again then.
So it
I would
could
think they'll
be,
tour next
yeah.
year. Yeah, I don't
Still
know.
holding out maybe hope for AC/DC.
Yeah, and Linkin Park. I mean, I think
Linkin Park. Pearl Jam.
Not
Pearl
if.
Jam's another one. Yeah.
Oh, I would love Pearl Jam.
Are they
Pearl
gonna
Jam
do-
doesn't
are they
do
gonna be
festivals.
touring?
Pearl Jam doesn't do festivals
Anymore?
And they haven't done them in a while.
Right.
But they did Bourbon and Beyond, I believe.
Yes.
But that's not a rock festival.
Well,
Bourbon
Linkin,
and Beyond pulls in all over the place. It's kind of like Bonnaroo.
yeah. Linkin Park's not going to be there. Chester Bennington's mom has nothing to do with it because she says she feels betrayed that they have a new singer and Chester's not in there anymore.
Oh man.
Already under my skin, and I know exactly how this ends. I let you cut me.
Man,
But it sounds
everybody I
like
talked
Linkin
to
Park.
loves this song.
Did
Everybody.
You see the performance on Jimmy Fallon?
Yeah, it was good.
It was really good.
Yeah. No, they're great. It's. I'm telling you, it's
Sounds
going
like
to work.
Linkin Park. We've
work.
had this argument. Like, Linkin Park is the brand. If you can continue the brand, you can.
But
I agree.
nobody's trying to kill her son's memory, as she said. That's crazy. Nobody will ever forget Chester.
And I think she's upset too because Joe Hahn would see her a few times since Chester died. And he said, if we get back together, I'll let you know. And she never did. So she kind of feels like they just...
But, I mean, you don't... Do you have to check with mom?
No, you don't. We established that. You
Right.
do not have to pass any business decisions through the mother.
I mean, again, I think he's irreplaceable. If Soundgarden decides tomorrow they're going to go out on tour with another person other than Chris Cornell, obviously, they do not have to check with Chris Cornell's widow or anybody else from
No,
Chris
they
Cornell's
don't.
family to do that.
No.
You know, do you think they would, maybe out of respect? Sure. I don't think Soundgarden will. But if they wanted to do that,
Yeah, I agree. I just feel bad for her. She's still
Yeah.
a grieving mother, and
I know.
I don't think she understands. All right, moving on. Let's talk about Jane's addiction. When I was 5, they canceled the rest of their tour after Perry Farrell punched Dave Navarro on stage last week.
Yeah.
And Dave hinted that Jane's addiction is done for good. He said he's sad that fans will likely never hear their new song True Love live. It was released last Wednesday after everything happened. Do you want to hear it?
We can be together and not say a word, or talk a big game to know what the others heard. No playing dating games, anybody's prior claims to tell a story of our true love, basking in the glory of true love.
Guess who could care less that Jane's Addiction's done? My hand in the air, proudly. It's up there. I can't stretch it any higher.
Here's our new music. We quit.
Yeah, Dave posted an apology to the bands and their crew that were opening for Jane's Addiction on the tour. He said, I'm gutted that things ended this way and that so many jobs were lost as a result. May all of our hearts mend together.
I do feel sorry for the bands that were part of their support for that tour, because for them, that's a look that they might not get in any other capacity. So that does suck for them.
It does. But maybe someone else will pick them up after hearing about all this.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about Drowning Pool. They dropped a new single, their first song with singer Ryan McCombs in 13 years. It is called Revolution, the Final Amen.
It's a little violent. I thought we determined that we were no longer letting the bodies hit the floor, that we were going to allow the bodies to gently lie on the floor.
I can't think of that song or hear that song anymore without thinking about that.
That discussion?
Let the bodies lay on the floor.
All I can think about is that parrot. It's the greatest parrot ever.
Parrot D.
Huh?
Nothing.
No, it's a parrot.
I know.
Oh. It's real.
Drowning Pool's playing at Louder Than Life this coming Sunday. It's already this weekend. And it's the same day Korn's headlining. They'll be on Main Stage 2 at 12:55. There are 4 stages: the Loudmouth stage, the Decibel stage, and Main Stage 1 and 2. And you can go to louderthanlifefestival.com for the full schedule.
Why does it feel like they ran out of names?
Main Stage
We'll call
1
this
and
the
2.
Loudmouth stage. We'll call this the Decibel stage. What are we going to do with your... Main Stage 1 and 2. Let's go have a beer. We're done.
I want to see Slayer.
All right, let's talk about Beartooth now.
Mm-hmm.
They surprised us with a deluxe edition of their latest album, The Surface, last week. It includes live versions of I Was Alive, Might Love Myself, and Sunshine, plus three remixes and a brand new single called Attention.
Here's a clip.
I've had it on repeat. I am obsessed. I'm obsessed with Beartooth in general, and not just because they're from Columbus. They make music that my ear holes enjoy.
Yeah.
I love them, and I love the new single.
Lewis doesn't like it when Caleb yells at him.
No, I like it when Caleb yells at me, just not at 5 in the morning, when I'm like, or 4:30 in the morning when I'm driving in. Then I'm like, why are you yelling at me?
Why
It's
not?
too early.
Wake up. You can find the music video at theblitz.com.
Yeah, I watched it yesterday.
He's in a subway.
Yeah. I got that to go with woo now. Woo, top.
What?
When he goes, top. You know, and
Did you put it together?
No, I haven't. I just thought about it because I just heard it. I just thought about it because I played the, you know. So I just thought about it. I got to get that and put it with top. I'll have that for you next Monday.
All right, perfect. Get on it. Yeah, the music video is at theblitz.com. Did I say that already?
You did.
Probably.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Well, that was your Blitz Rock Rundown.
Thank you very much. And everybody, we cannot, if you want to know what the song is, you have to listen to Ronnie. It does no good if we tell you, because that defeats the whole rules and purpose of playing the game. 420. Ronnie will tell you what the song of the day is. That's how you hear it. It ain't coming from us. Alice in Chains on the Morning Blitz. Them bones. Them bones, them bones, them bones. That was the song you were listening for, by the way.
No kidding.
Yes.
Oh,
Ronnie Hunter
exciting.
told you what it was Friday afternoon at 4:20, and if you were paying attention, you know that was your cue to call. And congratulations to Jason Rowe.
Jason Rowe, yep, from Friendship, Ohio, man. He is on his way. 4-day passes. You know, part of why we're doing this, we want to make sure that people are going who want to go, because I will tell you guys, we do contests sometimes, and people will call when they hear us say, hey, if you want to win, call. And then, hey, you're number 9, you're the winner. What did I win?
Exactly.
I'm like, no, man. Seriously, you don't even know what you're winning.
I just heard you say call, so I called.
You know, there are some people who really want to go to Sonic, and we want to make sure that those are the people who get the tickets. And I think that's okay, right?
Yeah, I think it's fair. So Ronnie Hunter will give you another song this afternoon at 4:20, and then we will play it again tomorrow, sometime between 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. So
if you are dying to go, if you really are a big fan of Sonic and you want to go, you will do a little work to get those tickets for free, because that's a pretty good prize, man.
It's a great prize.
It's not like we're asking. All right, first person that digs a 6-foot ditch.
Right.
It's easy. Asking you to listen to Ronnie, which is not hard to do anyway.
Yep.
Just going to tell you a song. Jot it down.
4:20 today.
Send yourself a text, because I know nobody makes notes anymore.
And then we'll play the song in the 8 o'clock hour tomorrow morning.
It's that simple.
Then you be caller 9.
Absolutely. And you got a shot at Sonic Temple, which by tomorrow morning we'll have another band that will be there that we can add to the frills.
And now, the 3 things you need to know before you go.
Some Hilliard schools are closed today because of a stabbing and police activity in the area. A juvenile was injured after a stabbing this morning in Hilliard. Victim taken to Nationwide Children's Hospital in stable condition. The suspect fled the scene, and police actively trying to find that person. So several Hilliard schools are closed right now. Crossing, Scioto Darby, Beacon, and Reason all closed. If your student is already there, they will be taken care of until you're able to get to the school to pick them up. The schools, though, are in a level 1 lockdown at the moment. In March of last year, a Pennsylvania woman received a very difficult phone call from a healthcare executive telling her that hackers had obtained photos of her naked body while she underwent radiation treatments and posted them to the dark web. You see, at Lehigh Valley Health Network, when you are involved in radiation treatment, and I think I'm assuming anybody who's received radiation, they do take pictures of your body to best develop a treatment plan. Those clinical naked pictures were stolen from this woman and hundreds of others undergoing radiation treatment in this health network. So Lehigh Valley Health Network then refused to pay the ransom to get the pictures back for their people. Instead, the hackers went ahead and posted them on the dark web. So all these people's naked pictures from their radiation treatment plan were all posted on the dark web, and Lehigh would not pay the ransom. So anyway, this woman sued. She's just known as Jane Doe, unidentified. She sued, became the lead plaintiff in a class action, and Lehigh has now agreed to settle. They're paying $65 million to settle this case. Now, there are 135,000 patients involved, but for the 600 men and women whose nude photos were published, they are getting the majority of that settlement, which is good news.
What was the ransom?
The ransom, they said, was in excess of $5 million. And they're paying out a $65 million.
Saved a lot of money.
That's exactly right.
Wow.
Exactly right.
Wow.
Oh, boy.
Idiots.
Yeah. Already having a rough go of it here in radiation, and then come to find out that the old health system wouldn't pay to get your pictures back. It's gross. All right. The gift giving season is, I guess, right around the corner here. And guess what? 43% of Americans who received a gift card last Christmas still haven't used it.
Guilty.
Are you guilty?
I am absolutely.
Yeah, I gave one away.
Yeah, you gave one away.
I gave away to the homeless guy.
Weekend.
I bet I have probably
from years
from
past.
the past 3 Christmases.
Yeah, okay. Well, Bankrate says, don't forget this is real money you're sitting on. And they're suggesting collect all those unused gift cards and use them. Treat yourself or go to one of those websites that'll buy your unused cards for about 70% of their face value. If you're just going to let them sit and you really don't plan on using them because it's not something you really enjoy, then go get a little bit of cashola for them. But I just thought that was funny. 43% of those who receive gift cards still have not used them.
I've done that with the card, not online, but the machine at the grocery store.
Oh.
You can put the card in. It'll do the same thing. Give you like 70%.
Yeah. What is that machine called?
I don't know. I can't remember.
The gift card giver machine?
I used it one time.
I mean, you know, my problem is I forget that I have them because I get a gift card thing and I have a little thing that I collect them in, like a little tin, and I just drop them in the tin and I forget they're there.
Yeah.
And then I'll go to clean one day and I'll open said tin. I'm like, oh god, there's 10 gift cards in here I forgot about. You know, and then I'm like, I'm going to use that one, so I take it from the tin and I put it in the center console of my car, and then forget it's in the center console of my car.
Most of ours are restaurant. We just never get out.
Yeah, and I typically use mine, although, and you know how much I love ice cream, Thick Rick. You gave me a Grater's gift card.
Yeah.
And I haven't used it yet.
How long ago was that?
It was a while ago.
It has been a while.
But it is right solidly in my wallet. Like, it's there every time I see, because I just don't pass by an actual Grater's.
What flavor would you go for?
I don't know, because at the actual Grater's stores, they have better flavors than they do in the grocery store.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no
Tons
kidding.
more flavors than you would get at the grocery.
I did not know that.
Yes. So I have not yet used that, but I will use it, so I'm not going to cash that one
The
in.
one cards I never have that never stick around at the Bass Pro Shops.
Bass Pro
Gone.
Shops. Yeah.
I'm using
immediately.
those almost immediately.
Right. All right. Those are your 3 things.